At dawn, a report was received from long-range radar observation post. An enemy bomber group is heading 290 degrees via Pyongyang to Antong. Duty flights of the 64 Air Corps, you are cleared for takeoff. Objective is to reach 900 meters and follow a course of 260 degrees to the west coast and intercept enemy aircraft. Estimated time of interception is 10:30 a.m. Do not engage beyond the coastline under any circumstances. If damaged, proceed north to find an alternate airfield. Good luck. Hello everybody, Wolfpack here, and welcome to IL-2 Korea, the brand new flight simulator that is an evolution of IL-2 Great Battles in a lot of ways. The devs of Korea were kind enough to give me early access to the sim to showcase to all of you. Now, as you see, this is early access and work in progress, as the watermark says, so keep that in mind. But I gotta say, the game does feel rather polished overall. The menus look really good, and that's kind of why we are starting on this menu, to showcase all of that. We are playing the Black Thursday scenario, so we are taking off far in the north and moving down to intercept some B-29 bombers. We can go to the setup menu, and here we have our MiG-15 Biz that we are going to fly. We can change the paint scheme, as you would expect. We have the 324th IAD, but we can also slap on some emblems if we wanted to. Yeah, we'll slap on the Hero of the Soviet Union emblem, and we can go to the tactical codes. We are going to just change this to 345. There's lots of different styles we can have, and you can change the color. So quite a bit of customization here if you wanted. Now, some of the pilots do have different liveries. So a lot of the American aircraft, they painted their helmets, you know, unique things. The Soviet pilots, not so much. We are rocking with our default helmet livery here, but we will show off some of that in the future. So quite a bit of customization. We can also change our call sign. We will go Crane 1. All right, apply that. Why the heck not? We can go back here. We can go to our guns and ammunition. We can change all of our belts, which is pretty darn neat. Right now we have high explosive tracer, so we have 2 of those, and then we will fire an API round. That's armor piercing incendiary. We could just switch our belts to have all one or the other, or we could just alternate. Pretty nice to have. Let's take a look at our 37mm cannon, and yeah, same belt configuration. That is fine by me. So let's just keep that the way it is. Payloads, we are going to take these drop tanks, just for fun. We do also have some illumination flare bombs, which is pretty interesting. I'm excited to use these, and it looks like we can set the timer over here on the left. Yeah, fuse delay, seconds, medium, long. Interesting. Okay, cool. But let's just keep the drop tanks here and assign that. Armament setup, convergence. Let's push that out to 400 meters. We are attacking B-29 bombers, so yeah, they are going to be quite lethal. And apply this. Now, this is the Black Thursday single mission. It does have some interesting triggers, so we will take off, I believe, and then teleport close to the combat area. In the career mode, you will have the option to kind of skip ahead in the flight to really just cut down on the journey. So let's go ahead and just press start and load into the game. Here we go. If we unpause, we should fade into the game here. There we go. We are in the cockpit of our MiG-15. We have our whole body in here. We can disable the pilot's body if we wanted to, but I enjoy having it. If we go to the external view, you'll see we have that 345 slapped on the side along with the emblem we chose, which is pretty nice. We are also carrying those drop tanks. It looks like the rest of my flight is not carrying drop tanks here. But the external lighting looks good. We can look down the tailpipe. That's fun. And there is a whole lot going on out here. We have some guys on their dishkas. If we look to the right, yeah, these guys are towing some artillery pieces, and they are loaded up in those trucks. Some Li-2s off to our 2 o'clock as well. Now, one way to interact with your aircraft in Korea is to bring up this little context menu, which is a pretty cool feature. So if we go down here and we want to flip on the lights, we can do that. Let's go ahead and flip those on. You can see our instrument lights coming to life. We can also turn on floodlights if we wanted to, but I like just having the instrument lights here. Another thing we can do, let's go over to the right. I want to turn off this engine helper, this RPM limiter. Let's flip that off. If I blow up my engine, I want to know. I want to do that. But yeah, you can interact with pretty much anything. If we want to bring up the mini-map, we can do that here. We should be able to. I thought there is a way to do it. It's a skill issue here. Yeah, here we go. I had to bring up the UI. I was hiding the UI altogether. So we can bring up the mini-map, but we are going to keep that off and all sorts of stuff. Very, very, very nice to have here. Very nice feature, especially for those that are limited with the number of keybinds they can have. Let's drop our flaps down. Let's bring up the UI. We do have the techno chat that we're all used to in the top right corner from IL-2 Great Battles, compass in the bottom left. You can manipulate the HUD rather extensively, so you can have as much or as little information that you want. Let's check all of our control surfaces here. Everything looking good out there. Yes, that looks good. We are going to press down our brakes and start throttling up. And we are going to rocket down this runway and turn on a heading of 100. Okay. There we go, and release the brakes. We are rolling. Give it a little bit of brake to stay steady here. Okay. Looking good. And we should be able to rotate relatively soon, even with those big drop tank. Okay, let's start giving it some back pressure. The nose is lifted up. Okay, we are airborne. Gear up. There we go, gears coming up. And bring our flaps up as well. We can throttle back so we don't damage our engine. And let's climb for just a little bit. Look at that sunrise out there. The lighting in Korea is remarkable. Our navigation lights are still on. Let's flip those off. But yeah, the lighting looks really good. The reflections off the metallic surfaces of the aircraft additionally look really good. Looks like we have a big rail yard down there as well. Okay, let's come left, heading 100. We don't have much time to admire this scenery because this mission will teleport us to the action, whether we want it to happen or not. The rest of my flight should be taking off back there. You can see the runway is illuminated with lights as well. Oh, hey, a MiG's airborne. There he is. He's forming up. Look at that. Okay. And I overshot a little bit. Let's come right. Yeah, the sunrise looks remarkable. This is definitely an evolution over IL-2 Great Battles, if you ask me, in terms of lighting. And here we go. A little fade to black, and we are over the combat area. One thing, let's quickly just drop these tanks. There we go. See you later. Okay, drop tanks have been released, and off to 11 o'clock, we have a whole bunch of B-29 bombers. These guys are dangerous. Their defensive armament is quite capable, even by Korean War standards. Now, another feature that I'm kind of excited about, this whole orders menu for our flight. We have lots of options here. I'm going to order my entire flight orders, and I'm just going to tell them to engage any target. Go ahead and do that. But if we wanted, we can go, let's order our wingman around actions, identification. We can have them flip on all of their lights if we wanted to. Or we can also, there is a way to get him to do specific maneuvers as well. So you have quite a bit of granularity here. So flight, orders, we can tell them to break away. We can tell them to go evasive. And we can tell them what kind of order we'd like them to do. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's engage some bombers and stop showing off all of that nonsense. I'm trying to show that off because these are some of the improvements that have been made to Korea from IL-2 Great Battles. Of course, one of the big improvements, though, is right below us, large formations of 4-engine bombers. Now, this bomber formation does have an escort of shooting stars. We need to keep that in mind. Let's pick out a bomber and start diving down here. Okay, and we can bring up the UI as well by pressing H, just so I know what my comrades are saying. Let's extend our speed brakes. As we begin this shallow dive, we don't want to overspeed too much. It looks like one B-29 has already been shot down. I'm going to go for this one here. A little bit to the left. Yeah, this guy. And look, there's a shooting star. He's going after somebody. Admittedly, I'm not too concerned about the shooting stars. I got a pair of them right in front of it. Let's go. I know the main objective is the bombers, but let's try to shoot down one of these fighters. We're already right on at 6 o'clock. Here we go. And what an iconic silhouette. Now, he's going to be able to outturn us, but we forced him to break off, so mission kind of accomplished, I suppose. Okay. Let's go in after one of the B-29s. Just trying to close in on him. Make sure our 6 is clean. It is looking good. And I'm seeing reports of B-29s getting shot down all over the place. Here we go. I got a couple right below me. Let's roll on in. This guy right here, straggler. Let's break him from his formation. Looked like he was leaking fuel for a second. Okay, one pass. We're going to haul ass right after. A little short. There we go. Ripped off his tail. Let's avoid that. Okay. Yeah, his stabilizer got just shredded off. Probably hit that with our 37mm, and he's going in. Okay, up and over. We'll do another diving pass on one of these B-29s. Now, Black Thursday historically was devastating. Whoa, something just ripped right past us. That was a MiG. There we go. Closing in on another B-29. Speed brake is in, right? I hope so. Okay, closing in on this guy. Okay, yeah, make sure our speed brake's in. Let's wiggle around a little bit. Try to evade those gunners. 50 cals are probably whizzing by my head. We're going to try to attack from the low 5 o'clock. Okay, he's right above us. The MiG-15's canopy is rather restrictive. He's braking. Okay, ripped off his stabilizer again, and there we go, engine fire. We're out of here. Bombers are scattered. Their mission has failed. Let's keep wiggling around. And are they bailing out? I'm not sure if they're bailing out. You can see one of the engines has completely seized. All right, up and over. Going after another one. If we find a shooting star, I'm going to go after that. Okay, return. We need to return to our home airfield, but we're not done. We still have a little bit of ammunition. We've managed to destroy 2 bombers. Both times we've ripped off their vertical stabilizer. I have another bomber to our front. Lots of fighters to our 6 o'clock. We'll tangle with them after another pass. Look at that. That bomber's going down. You can see one of the bombers is spitting out a whole bunch of 50 cal. Okay, and the bombers are... Whoa, look at all these guys off to our right. Let's go after them. They're turning around. They're like, this is not good. So they're going to head back home. Let's go after this one. Speed brake out. Come on, pull up. Not going to happen. I think we're going too fast. Oh, no, we'll make it happen. I see the gunners engaging. Come on. There we go. Big hit. And we are down just to 23 millimeters. See you later. Okay, they're done for. It's time to get out of here. MiGs are continuing to engage the entire formation. Got some smoke trails off to 11 o'clock there. And hello. I don't think this this guy sees me. Does he see me? He might. Let's dive away. And fast travel possible. So this is kind of what I was saying earlier. We can skip time. We can go to 20 kilometers from the home airfield, or we can continue with normal flight. Let's go ahead and just skip time to waypoint number 4. Our objective is done. We are going to disengage. And just to kind of demo this feature. I believe, okay, here we go. Timing's a little off there with the fade to black. Fuel start, we're out of fuel. Okay. No, that's not good. We may have gotten hit and one of our fuel tanks punctured. I was hoping we'd continue to have fuel. Yeah, we are completely out of fuel. Well, something to keep in mind. I guess I can show off the ejection sequence. We got close to home, but ran out. Jettison the canopy, and we are going to eject. See ya. And there we go. We've punched out. I was burning a whole bunch of fuel up there over the bombers, and there goes our MiG. Good to know. Regardless, that was a whole lot of fun. Let's see, yeah, so we got all the way over there. I didn't realize we were so low on fuel. Well, we may have gotten hit. We could have been leaking fuel the whole time. That is something the game will model. So if you have damage, the damage will slowly build up like it would if you just continued your flight. But wanted to show off that feature. Obviously, work in progress. I'm not sure if that was completely intended, but it is how things happen. I probably would have run out of fuel if I just continued on my merry way. Let's finish the mission here, and we will go through and show off some of the menus. So the mission is complete. We managed to shoot down 3 aircraft. It lasted 12 or so minutes. Let's finish and go back. And here we can see the main menu. We have this whole museum mode where we can see all of the assets that are in the game, from armor to artillery, railroad assets, ships, all of that good stuff. We have the 2 single missions that I can play. This is an early build, so the career is not yet available. But in this museum mode, if we go to the Saber, for example, we do have all of these exams. So we can pass all of our exams, and these act as sort of a training mode to get new players comfortable with the particular aircraft. We also have the task editor, which is like our single mission generator. So we can have free flights, we can have a duel or a skirmish here. The UI is pretty well done, I got to admit. This looks great, it feels nice, and it is thematic. I really like stylized UIs compared to the kind of soulless, minimalist UIs that a lot of games have these days. Well, folks, that is going to do it for this quick first look of IL-2 Korea. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to show off more of it in the future. I went through a lot of effort to kind of show off some of the menus, and I will be showing off more of those in an upcoming video. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like and comment, as it really does help out the channel. But until next time, this is Wolfpack345 signing off, and I will see you all on the next one.